Hopefully it'll work. Yeah, yeah. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. I just want to be able to verify the buttons and make sure I have them all the same. So, Pioneer fans, Pioneer women, Pioneer Varsity Field Hockey is live and on the air. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here from Hallway Field, where it is your Pioneer varsity field hockey team taking on the Dexter Dreadnoughts, and this is a big, big SEC game. As taking a look at the SEC standings, Pioneer has 4 points. They're tied with Chelsea with 4 points. Skyline has 2 points. Dexter has 2 points. Saline nothing. Huron nothing. And Pinckney nothing. The official scores so far: Pioneer beat Saline back on the 17th, so they got points for that. And then here we're to the 22nd, where we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games out there to determine the SEC champion. So big, big game here. We're expecting the top of the SEC to be very, very good. And so this is a huge game versus Pioneer. Obviously, Dexter, these two teams played for the state championship a couple times. And Dexter winning a couple of those. Pioneer got one as well from Dexter. In the last couple years, it was Pioneer versus Skyline was the big matchup for the state title. So we're excited to see what's happening here. Pioneer 5-4-1 on the season. They started off. If I can pull this up, they had a win versus Colorado Academy 2-1. Then they beat Chelsea 2-0. They beat Skyline 3-0 for a win. They lost to Chicago Loyola 4-1, and then they lost to St. John's from Texas 4-0, and they lost to Wanakaneta New Tier 2-1. That was the New Tier tournament out in Chicago. They lost to Saline 1-0 here at home. That was a game that was also on CTN. They beat Huron 3-0, that back on the 10th of this month. They had a draw versus Dexter away at Dexter. That was on the 15th. Then they beat Saline away at Saline. That was a big game on the 17th. That was a 1-0 win there. Taking a look at Dexter, they started off with a loss to Grosse Pointe South, 1-0. They had a draw, 2-2 draw versus Saline, and a 1-1 draw versus Chelsea. They beat Pine Richards from Pennsylvania and Louis DuPont Manuel from Kentucky, as well as Rockford in the Great Lakes Showcase. That was a 2-0 win, a 4-1 win, and a 4-0 win. They beat Huron 3-0. They beat Skyline 4-0. They beat Grosse Pointe South 2-1. They had a draw versus Pioneer that we talked about, and then they beat Skyline 5-1. So 7-1-3 Dexter versus 5-4-1 Pioneer. So this should be huge, huge game here between these two squads. Let me pull that one off of the scoreboard there, trying to get it out there as we have a manual scoreboard going. So they're counting down. Here we should have momentarily John on the PA mic, and he'll go over the rosters. But before we get to that, let's play a few messages from the MHSAA. You're watching Pioneer Varsity Field Hockey, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You're hearing it. The message is getting through to parents. Multi-sport athletes get injured less. Multi-sport athletes become better in their primary sport in the long run. And even though it's not why we play our games, multi-sport athletes are now getting recruited more than specialized athletes. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You have to wonder sometimes how folks in the stands, so far removed from the action and who have probably never had any training, actually think they can see the play and apply the rules better than the officials assigned to a game. If you're that good, please register immediately at MHSAA.com. We need more officials on the playing surface and fewer in the stands. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Think of a high school game as a 4-lane highway. Coaches, players, officials, and spectators, each with their own lane. Sportsmanship depends on everyone not crossing over the line. Fans keep it between the lines when they cheer positively for their team. So don't cause an accident. Stay in your lane and let the coaches, players, and officials do their jobs. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Power Ratings will be used this year in soccer, basketball, and boys lacrosse to seed the district tournament in those sports, and you can follow along. Visit your school's page on the MHSAA website to see how your team is faring, and you can look at statewide lists as well. And if you see your team is missing a score, submit it. Learn more about the Michigan Power Rankings at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way.
And its field hockey program are pleased to welcome the players, coaches, parents, students, alumni, and fans of the Dexter Dreadnoughts to tonight's game against your Ann Arbor Pioneers. Let's meet the participants. First, for Dexter, number 2, Avery Scheich. Number 4, Charlotte Wetzel. Number 5, Aiden Weinman. Number 6, Ella James Ford. Number 9, Allison St. Amour. Number 11, Addison Zoye. Number 12, Flora Quick. Number 13, Betty Lou Fink. Number 15, Lillian Mitchell. Number 16, Vivian Hoffman. Number 18, Kendra Conklin. Number 22, Madeline Walsh. Number 23, Kylie Marcinkowski. Number 24, Hadley Claire. Number 25, Claire Dubuque. Number 27, Adeline Farrell. Number 88, Audrey Owen Smith. And number 99, Ella Walsh. The head coach of Dexter, Keely Tamer, and Joy Hook. Oh yeah, and now your Pioneers, here they are. Number 2, Zoe Shuckman. Number 4, Lena Hammerman. Number 6, Anna McGowan. Number 7, Maggie Lamb. Number 8, Lily Boardman. Number 9, it's Alexis Height. Number 10, Violet Soldan. Number 13, Gabrielle Howden. Number 14, Avery Meyer. Number 15, Izzy Sutton. Number 16, Sam Rogers. Number 17, Lillian Schultz. Number 18, Olivia Rollins. Number 19, June Galvan. Number 20, Caitlin Peters. Number 21, Mackenzie Siteman. Number 24, it's Clara Jones. Number 28, Lucy Piper. Number 29, Lucy Lowenschutz. Number 35, Mara Bouillon. And number 44, Bridget Schaefer. The head coach of Pioneer is Jane Nixon, assisted by Katie Morris Saleh, Kate Henry, Trish Mottman. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you rise now for the playing of the national anthem. Thank you.
And we're getting ready for a huge matchup here between your Pioneer Varsity Field Hockey team and taking on the Dexter Dreadnoughts.
Ladies and gentlemen, the third team on the field tonight, the officials, Anna Apooch and Mary Langford.
Appreciate the officials being here. Obviously, the games we love, we cannot have them without the officials out there. So if you ever think that you can do a better job, reach out to the MHSAA. They're always looking for new officials. We appreciate you joining us here and cheering for whichever one of these teams you're cheering for. So Pioneer 4 points, Dexter 2 points. Trying to get to the top of the SEC. It's now one big division here when it's in the MHSAA, as field hockey is a new MHSAA sport this season. So we're about to get ready to go. Jones gets ready for the center hit. 15 minutes up on the clock. Just waiting for the officials to give a whistle. Pioneer lifts it. Jones lifts it all the way down the field and grabbed, moved over by Fink. Fink all the way across to Zugabe, trying to get it down onto the far sideline. Pioneer with it is trying to move it across. And ball grabbed by Howden. Howden gets it. That kicked away. Excellent work out there by Owen Smith. And will be Pioneers' ball as they'll bring it back out to the 25 for a 25-yard hit. Over 30 seconds gone now. Ball moved down onto the far sideline. Trying to bring it across. Boardman has it. Boardman in that far corner. Boardman coming down the end line. That goes out the end line. They'll come out for a 16-yard hit for Dexter. Scoreless so far as we approach the first end of the first minute. Lifted high by Zugabe, grabbed by Lamb. Lamb trying to feed it ahead. That goes out the end line. That will again go for a 16-yard hit here for Dexter. 13:45 as Dexter ready to get things going. Scoreless so far. And ball moved all the way across, gathered up. Coming over as Fink had it up the near sideline, played down there. Now McGowan has it on the near sideline. McGowan sends it towards the center of the field, grabbed by Piekert. Piekert coming along the far wing. As that's blasted ahead by Highs, knocked out is Scheib. Had it, that goes out the far sideline. Highs moves it ahead. Now Jones puts it in the corner for Boardman, trying to hold it in, and Boardman not quite able to hold it in. That will go out the end line. And that'll come out for a 16-yard hit for Dexter. They have it on the far sideline. That lifted up high in the air. Played down by Piekert. Pioneer has it. Piekert. Sweep hit. As that's pulled away. Fink trying to get to it. Sent in by Howden. Shot that got blocked. Coming around with it is Lamb. That kicked away. Still loose. And that is going to be a corner for Pioneer. As Piekert over to take the corner. Piekert. So all the Sling players get themselves set with protective gear on and set up in the goal. Piekert moves it. Grabbed, coming in. Was that Sutton, I believe, who had it? As that is trying to rocket it all the way down. That will go out the far sideline. As that was Mitchell trying to move it ahead. Boardman has it on the far sideline. Moves it back up the field to Highs. Highs all the way to Rollins. Back on their own side of midfield. Rollins moves it over to McGowan. McGowan trying to send it up the near side. Stolen away. Here comes Dexter over midfield. As Click has it. Click gets it all the way across. And trying to fire it over there was Dubuque. Still controlling it. So that was Mitchell with it. That whistle went Pioneer's way. Sent back to Rollins. Rollins moves it across over to McGowan. McGowan on the near wing. McGowan trying to move it ahead to Sutton. Sutton down the near sideline. Sutton gets past the Dexter defenders. Sutton on the Dexter side of midfield trying to feed it ahead to Lamb. Lamb coming up the near wing. Lamb sends it across. Trying to pull it over there. Trying to feed it is Howden. Now Jones right out in front. It's a big save by Owen Smith. Pioneer still in the shooting circle trying to get a shot away. And stopped by Owen Smith. 10 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in the first. And it looks like it's another corner for Pioneer. So Piekert over to take the corner. As we approach the 10-minute mark. Scoreless so far. Jones sitting at the top of the shooting circle. Piekert gets it to Jones. Jones lets it go past to McGowan. McGowan moves it over onto the far wing as Boardman trying to take a shot there. That will come out as Dexter will have it for a 16-yard hit. We're under 10 minutes left to go. 9:45. Scoreless so far between these two squads. All over onto the near sideline as that'll go out the near sideline. So was that Ford, I believe? No, excuse me. That was Huffman trying to send it down the near sideline. McGowan will have it on the Dexter side of midfield. Sent back to McGowan from Sutton. Moved across. As now Piekert gets it over to Highs. Highs trying to move it ahead. Boardman has it on the far wing. Boardman going deep into the Dexter zone. Knocked away. As that was Weinman trying to get her stick on it. And it's going to be Dexter's ball as Zugabe will bring it out to the 16. Under 9 minutes left to go here. That ball fed down the far sideline. Pioneer with it. As Boardman moving it ahead. And trying to lift it across, trying to get it to Howden. Whistle. As that's a blast by Schultz, and that's going to be Dexter's ball. Scheib trying to send it swiftly down the field. Boardman has it for Pioneer. Back over to Piker. Piker just on the Dexter side of midfield. Piker takes it back on her own side of midfield. Big sweep hit over to Sutton off of her stick. And feed it ahead was Claire. That will be Click. Oh, excuse me. Forgive me. That will be Hoffman to take it just shy of midfield. Dexter, that lifted up high. Played down, trying to bring it ahead is Piker. Piker lifts it over to Jones. Jones heads towards the center of the pitch. Jones. Now Piker trying to get it away. And in the battle with Ford, that is going to be Dexter's ball. As Fink over to Hoffman on the near sideline. Deflected by Jones, but right out the near sideline. Hoffman with it for Dexter. 7:30 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far. Hoffman now sends it. She was looking to her right. And it looks like she's going to go to her left. As couldn't get everything on it. That's stolen away. Coming ahead by Schultz. Schultz feeds it over as that's swiftly sent down the pitch. Now coming ahead with it is Click. Click has it on the near sideline. Click trying to move it ahead, trying to get it over to Claire. Now Ford has it. That's stolen away by Solden. Solden trying to send it towards midfield. Click with it, but that's going to be Pioneer's ball. As we approach 6 minutes, 45 seconds. Dexter stealing that one away. Poked away by Solden, but that's going to be Dexter's ball. As Mitchell moves it all the way sharply across. Brought ahead over there by Dubuque. Dubuque coming down the far sideline. Dubuque trying to battle back there as trying to pull that one away is Shuckman. Back on the far sideline. Battle for it. Pioneer trying to move it ahead. That goes out right at the Dexter bench. That's going to be Hayes to take that for Pioneer. Hayes sends it sharply down the far sideline. Dubuque steals it away. Dubuque trying to move it into the far corner. Rollins lets it go. That goes out the end line and should come out. Pioneer's ball right at the 16. We're under 6 minutes left to go here at Hallway Field. That ball sent down the far sideline. Dubuque trying to get around Sutton. Again, the ball out the far sideline. Hayes will have it there. Hayes.
Substitutions. Number 5, Aiden Weinman.
So Weinman.
Number 9, Allison St. Amour.
And St. Amour in for Dexter. And it's going to be Dexter's ball as Dubuque trying to get herself around Shuckman. Pioneer with it on the far sideline, trying to bring it ahead. Good battle there with Hayes. Now Dubuque has it on that far sideline, right in front of her own bench. Moves it back into the midfield area. Zugabe trying to move it ahead, back to Dubuque. Dubuque trying to get around Sutton. Sutton and Dubuque battling on that far side of the pitch. Dubuque feeds it across into the shooting circle. That pulled away. Good job back over there. As working her way through was Boardman. That'll be a restart for Pioneer as McGowan trying to move it across. As Peters sends it back to McGowan. McGowan on the near wing. And it's stolen away back there by Wetzel. Wetzel he earns the restart for Dexter. Wetzel sends it back up the field on the near sideline. As Click with it there. And Rollins trying to knock that away. Rollins sends it ahead. Boardman racing down the near sideline. As Jones will move it over. That went out the near sideline. So Boardman feeding it ahead, trying to get to it is Shuckman. Shuckman on this near wing. She's over there tangling with Mitchell. Now Howden trying to peel that away from Fink, and that is going to be Dexter's ball with 3:35 left to go in a scoreless first. Zugabe feeds it down onto the far sideline, trying to bring it ahead. Here comes Dexter. That's Dubuque over midfield. Sutton trying to pull it away from Dubuque. That fed ahead. Big challenge back there by Pikart. And it's going to be Pioneer ball as they get it over to Solden. Solden in the midfield area. Solden trying to get it over to Pikart. Pikart trying to work through a Dexter trio there. I believe that was Weinman who tried to get on top of it, but that will be a Pioneer restart. Pikart all the way back to McGowan. McGowan over on the near wing. McGowan trying to get it through traffic over to Howden. And pulled back away by Hoffman for Dexter. Collision there. Mitchell went down. 2 minutes, 38 seconds left to go here in the first scoreless so far. Mitchell to restart for Dexter. She has Hoffman to her left. Mitchell looking ahead. Now she moves it back over to Zugabe. Zugabe racing up the far side of the field. Zugabe moves it ahead. Dubuque trying to get past. Trying to move past Sutton. That's stolen away by Hayes, but that is going to be Dexter's ball. Quickly moving it down the far sideline. Dubuque trying to put it into the far corner. Centering attempt that knocked down. Loose in the shooting circle, and that is going to be Pioneer bringing the ball out. Rollins has it right at the 16. Rollins sends it back over to McGowan. McGowan coming up the near wing. McGowan has to move it over to Boardman. That's stolen away. Click. Gets it over. There's a blast by Weinman, and that goes just wide to the far side as Bullion lets it go wide to the far side. 1 minute, 43 seconds left to go. Rollins will take it back out for a 16-yard hit for Pioneer. Both teams have had some opportunities. Scoreless so far. Ball. Sutton moves it back. Now Sutton gets it back from Hayes. Trying to pull that away. Now headed the other direction as Weinman. Weinman has it poked. Sends it back over to Dubuque. Dubuque up the far sideline. Dubuque trying to get her way past Sutton. Dubuque into the far corner. Dubuque trying to move it across. Is that out? Oh, that's a corner. Corner for Dexter with 57 seconds left to go here in the first. We'll see who comes over to take it. It looks like that is going to be number 5, which is Weinman, who's going to take the corner for Dexter. So Weinman gets herself set on the near side of the goal. Sent to the top of the shooting circle. Moved over by Mitchell. Mitchell trying to get it back. Mitchell with the shot. Good save by Bullion. Now trying to move it over is Dubuque. Dubuque gets that knocked away. Great job by Rollins to try and pull that away. Rollins in a battle on the far sideline. Rollins now blasted ahead. That ball is going to come back, and that is the end of the first. At the end of one, it is 0-0 as we head into the second. As we are here at the end of the first quarter, we want to thank all the wonderful, amazing sponsors of Pioneer Field Hockey. That's Zosmer, Hayes Dental, University of Windsor, Velocity EHS, KPMG, Honigman, LLC, Comprehensive Vision Center, CW Therapy, and Lido Advisors. Those are the platinum sponsors. Gold sponsors includes Ann Arbor Elite, Edwards and Schaefer Orthodontics, Extreme Fantasy Football League, Mothfire Brewing Company, North End Zone, Scott Conklin Agency, Farm Bureau Insurance, Demos Deli and Donuts, Salon 17, Mission Elite Fitness, Immusoft Corporation, Lodi Farms, and Fer-de-Lance. Silver sponsors include Fender's Bar and Grill, Washtenaw Dairy, A2 Electric, Better Recovery and Injury Management, Fraser's Pub and Core Life Eatery, and finally the bronze sponsors are Burns Park Orthodontics, Stadium Market, and Burrell Sports Performance. No score so far in this huge matchup between two of the top teams in the SEC, the Dexter Dreadnoughts and your Pioneer Pioneers. As we head into the second quarter here, appreciate you joining us. Men's soccer team over getting a little practice in over on the Main Street field. Game time temperature 72 degrees. It is a gray day out, not a nary scrap of blue in the sky. Does certainly feel like a fall day here for Michigan. Most of the rest of the action this week. No games on Tuesday, Wednesday. There is some action on Thursday, but most of it away. We will not be able to broadcast anything on Thursday because we will have the next Michigan women's hockey game versus Michigan State Thursday evening from Yost Ice Arena. But Pioneer hockey or Pioneer football will be here on Friday versus Huron. That's going to be a big SEC matchup. So love to see you down here to check this out. Thank you for tuning in for the field hockey game as Hoffman moves it over. And to bring it out. Now that's stolen away. Sending it deep is Boardman. Trying to get it over to Jones. Jones, that whistle, and that's going to be a restart for Dexter. 15 minutes still up on the clock. I'm not sure that any time came off of that clock. There we go. Perfect. As always, we appreciate all the wonderful volunteers who help work both the scoreboard, obviously John on the PA, and all the wonderful people who work the gate. Can't have the games without all these wonderful, amazing volunteers who help us out. Stolen away by Pioneer, trying to feed it ahead. Zugabe has it on that far wing. Zugabe moves it over for Dexter. Trying to keep that in was St. Amour. And it's going to restart for Pioneer. Grabbed there by Boardman. Boardman goes into the far corner. Boardman trying to get it out of there. Dubuque has it for Dexter. Dubuque trying to bring it up the far sideline. Dubuque trying to get it away from there. Schultz battling her with the big challenge. Poked away as that will be Dexter on a quick restart. Racing ahead with it. And fired by St. Amour. Now Rollins takes it. Rollins sends it right towards midfield. Jones for Pioneer. Jones trying to feed it down that far wing. Bounced away, but Jones gets it back. Jones coming right up that far sideline into the offensive zone. Ball sent back. Zugabe trying to get to it, but that's going to be a restart as Boardman will have it just inside the far sideline. 13:40 left to go here in the second before halftime. That ball all the way across, gathered up now, trying to bring it ahead is Pikert. Whistle, Pikert gets it into the shooting circle as that is steered down the near sideline. Trying to peel that away was Mitchell. That is going to come out to the 16 for a 16-yard hit for Dexter. So we approach the 13-minute mark here before halftime. And sent ahead by Fink. Here comes Pioneer trying to move it the other direction. Down on the near sideline is Solden. Solden trying to get a centering attempt. That ball pulled back over there by Hoffman. Hoffman on the sideline, taken away by Lamb. Lamb races into the shooting circle. Lamb feeds it out in front and tipped away. Good defense by Dexter's Dubuque. Trying to steal an opportunity away from Pioneer. Zugabe will leave it over for a 16-yard hit. That's going to be Fink with the 16-yard hit. Fink. As that taken by Solden. Solden trying to move it over on the edge of the shooting circle, right out in front. Lamb trying to get it. That kicked away by Owen Smith. Pioneer with it, top of the offensive zone. Now they'll restart. Piker fires it in, and that just goes wide to the far side of the goal. They'll come back out to the 16 for Dexter. good opportunity for Pioneer. 12 minutes left to go before halftime. This has been a battle, scoreless between these two squads. All the way on the near wing, then sent over to Huffman. Huffman holds it in as Fink gave it to her. Huffman down the near sideline, trying to get around a pair of Pioneer players. Fink in there as well. And it's going to be a whistle, and Dexter with the restart. Huffman has it just inside the near sideline. Huffman lifts it high down the field. Picart has it. Picart trying to get herself around Scheib. Now that ball, McGowan trying to feed it ahead, but that is going to be Dexter's ball as Click quickly gets it over to Scheib. Scheib moving it on the far wing, then gets it back. Scheib and a battle back over there, taken away by Boardman, but that is going to be Dexter on the restart. Here comes Mitchell with it. Mitchell moves into the shooting circle. Mitchell centering it, trying to get it across. Picart taking it away. Picart and Rollins right there in front. That will move down the end line. Boardman with it. Boardman trying to come up the far sideline. Boardman in a big battle back over there as Mitchell was trying to take it away. That will be a Pioneer restart with 10 minutes, 40 seconds left to go before halftime. And whistle, that is Dexter. Quickly on the restart, trying to move it over. That kicked away by Bullion. Coming down the near wing, here comes Pioneer. That'll go out the near sideline. Solden trying to get herself around Hoffman. Hoffman now centers it up. That chipped ahead. Coming in with it's Weinman. Rollins trying to knock that away, but a whistle. And that's going to turn into a corner for Dexter. Ten minutes left to go here. Weinman to take the corner. She'll be in on the insert. Scoreless between these two high-quality teams. There's the whistle. Weinman moves it, top of the shooting circle for Mitchell. Mitchell thought about it. And off-ball issue, and that is going to be Pioneer's ball. As that ball all the way down into the offensive zone. That's going to come back out as Lamb had it. Oh, there you go. Outside of the shooting circle. And over to Picart. Picart trying to get herself around St. Amour. Fired into the shooting circle. And that is going to be a corner for Pioneer. So we hit the 8-minute, 45-second mark. Picart ready to put this in play for the corner on the far side of the goal. Jones and Schultz at the top of the shooting circle. So all the Dexter players getting the important safety gear on so they can be right at the goal. Now Jones lets it go past to McGowan. McGowan moves it over onto the far wing. Blast there, just goes wide to the far side. That was Solden taking that shot and just wide to the far side, not by a lot. Dexter brings out for a 16-yard hit, 8 minutes left before halftime. Held in, now moved over to Hoffman. Hoffman bringing up the near sideline. Hoffman, pressure out there from Solden. That goes out the near sideline. Pioneers ball. As Heise has it over on the near sideline. Heise. Get it back started for Pioneer. Heise trying to move it ahead. That knocked away by Madeline Walsh. Now Picart trying to get to it. Picart in a battle with Weinman there. That is going to be a restart for Pioneer with 7:25 left to go. Picart moves it all the way back to midfield over to Rollins. Skips over Rollins' stick, but she moves back. Dexter providing some pressure. Now back over. Trying to move it ahead was Heise. McGowan trying to get it away from Click. Now Solden trying to pull that away. Mitchell sends it towards midfield. As there is a whistle, Weinman was looking to play it. That is going to be Dexter with the restart. So Mitchell moves it down over to Dubuque. Dubuque bringing up the far wing. Dubuque in the offensive zone. Dubuque moves it into the far corner. As with it there is Sutton. Sutton trying to work her way up the field. Restart for Pioneers. Sutton up the far sideline. Sutton with the sweep hit. Gathered up. Now Schultz has it on the far sideline, right in the midfield area. Moves it back over. As Click moves it ahead for Dexter. Here comes Dexter racing down the field. They move it down on this near wing as Hoffman trying to feed it ahead. Click has it into the near corner. Click. Centering attempt, that poked away by Jones. Jones on that sideline and out the near sideline. That will be Dexter's ball. 5:55 left to go before halftime. Dexter with it in the Ann Arbor defensive zone. Hoffman moves it back into the midfield area. And sent across by Fink. Schultz trying to get to it. That ball bounces through. Dubuque ends up down on the field. That is going to be a Dexter restart by Dubuque. 5:34 left to go here. So Pioneer players taking a seat by the scoreboard or the score table there. Now here comes Rollins. Rollins trying to move it ahead. That ball right at midfield. Trying to work it the other direction was Mitchell. Mitchell trying to get it over to Click. Click. That's going to be Hoffman on the restart. Just inside of the near sideline with 5:05 left to go. Hoffman lifts it high. Trying to get to Madeline Walsh. That over to Solden for Pioneer. Solden moving it towards the center of the field. That is going to quickly go the other direction as here comes Mitchell. Mitchell moving it into the offensive zone. Now Rollins knocks it away. Rollins for Pioneer racing the other direction. Rollins has that poked away. She's dispossessed. Racing the other direction. Mitchell into the shooting circle. Swept away as that was Heise who puts it down onto the far wing over to Boardman. Out the far sideline, Boardman moves it over for the restart. Sutton over to Rollins. Rollins just outside of the shooting circle in her own zone. Over to McGowan. McGowan up this near sideline. McGowan trying to move it over to Jones. Jones has it just on her own side of midfield. Over to Solden. Solden moves back. Marcinkowski in for Dexter as Jones trying to get that ball around Huffman. That is going to be a whistle. That is going to be Dexter on the restart as we're under 4 minutes before halftime. Sweep hit by Huffman. Brought ahead as Boardman trying to knock that away. That is going to be Pioneer on the restart. Picart with it. About 10 yards inside of the near sideline. Gets it right back to Rollins. Rollins in her own defensive zone. Trying to avoid pressure back there from Weinman. Here comes Picart. Picart trying to find Howden. That pulled the other direction. Here comes Dexter. Gets it over to Shiab. Shiab. Move it into the offensive zone. That poked away. Here comes Howden. Howden racing the other direction. Knocked down by Huffman as the ball is. Huffman races the other direction. Huffman trying to set it up down the near wing. Pulled away by Heise. Heise over to McGowan. McGowan moves it ahead to Jones. Here comes Jones for Pioneer. Up the near wing, Jones trying to get it over to Howden. That skips over her stick as Fink all the way across over to Dubuque. Dubuque coming up that far wing. Dubuque right down the far sideline. Makes it over midfield. Dubuque. Challenge there by Boardman. Boardman trying to knock that away, but that will be a restart with 2:47 left to go before halftime for Dexter. Now with it, racing ahead, St. Amour trying to get it into the shooting circle. That will go out the end line. And is going to come out for a 25-yard hit for Dexter. As that is going to be going to be Mitchell. It is going to be Mitchell who will take it. Mitchell sweeps it into the far corner. Dubuque sends it across. Rollins with the steal. Rollins bringing it ahead down the far flank. Rollins into the midfield area, trying to move it over midfield. Rollins trying to feed it ahead. That ball into the far corner. Intercepted there by Fink. Now trying to pull it back away is Howden. To number 13's tangling on that far wing. Quick sweep over. Here comes Solden. Top of the shooting circle. Solden coming over onto the near wing. Solden sends it right across. That kicked away. Excellent work by Owen Smith, Pioneer. Now Pikert trying to move it quickly across. That ball controlled. Solden off the side of the goal. That will come out for a 16-yard hit for Dexter. 1 minute, 28 seconds left to go. And timeout called. We'll take it with them. Let's play a little push on. Minute 28 seconds left to go here before halftime. 0-0 is our score. As these two teams have both had opportunities, they've had it on the other team's side of the field and just not been able to cash in yet. So we are just shy of halftime. First goal in this game will be huge. Good crowd here as we have a number of parents in here, a couple students across the way, so right down in front of us. We appreciate them. It feels like a kind of a humid day. It's 72, but it still feels a little stuffy out here. Good humid fall day. We're just hoping we don't get any precipitation out here. Both squads head back out onto the field. Again, Dexter wearing their white jerseys, white tops with the maroon numbers on the front and back, maroon skirts and white socks. Pioneer is in their dark shirts, purple skirts, black socks. Pioneer block lettering across the front, numbers in white on the front and on the back. And it turns into a 16-yard hit for Dexter as they move it across to Zugabe. Zugabe trying to poke it ahead. That grab now racing ahead with it is Weinman. Weinman, she's dispossessed. Here comes Lamb. Lamb gets it over to Solden. Solden trying to work her way into the shooting circle. Solden gets a shot. Good save by Owen Smith. Down onto the near wing. Fink trying to pull that away. Now Jones takes it away from her. Jones pulling it across, and that is going to be a whistle. That is going to be Dexter with the ball. Moved over onto the near sideline. Hoffman trying to flip it ahead. Now grabbed. Ford trying to move it over. Now stolen away. Pikart sends it right to midfield. Dexter pulls that away as Mitchell will get things going for Dexter. Mitchell has that pass taken away as Boardman feeds it ahead. Jones trying to work her way through traffic. Challenge there by Fink, but that's going to be a Pioneer restart. Boardman trying to work her way top of the shooting circle. Rollins now brings it in for the restart. Rollins blasted through as that goes wide just to the near side. Pioneer looking for a tip in the shooting circle, and that will do it for the first half. At the end of one, it is 0-0, and we're at the end of the first half. 0-0. Again, we do want to thank all the wonderful, amazing sponsors of Pioneer Field Hockey. That includes Zosmer, Heis Dental, University of Windsor, Velocity EHS, KPMG, Honigman LLC, Comprehensive Vision Center, CW Therapy, and Lido Advisors. That will be platinum sponsor.
On Friday, and on Monday we'll be at Skyline. We take a bus, the city bus to those.
So a couple away games. Which away games for Pioneer?
Here on Friday, October 3rd, when we take on Novi Wildcats.
So next home game versus Novi here on the 3rd. We want to thank gold sponsors: Ann Arbor Elite, Edwards and Schaefer Orthodontics, Extreme Fantasy Football League, Mothfire Brewing, North End Zone, Scott Conklin Agency, Farm Bureau Insurance, Demos Deli and Donuts, Salon 17, Mission Elite Fitness, Immusoft Corporation, Lodi Farms, and Fertilance. Silver sponsors include Fender's Bar and Grill, Washtenaw Dairy, A2 Electric, Better Recovery and Injury Management, Fraser's Pub, and Core Life Eatery. Bronze sponsors includes Burns Park Orthodontics, Stadium Market, and Burl Sports Performance. Let's play a few messages from the MHSAA.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You're hearing it. The message is getting through to parents. Multi-sport athletes get injured less. Multi-sport athletes become better in their primary sport in the long run. And even though it's not why we play our games, multi-sport athletes are now getting recruited more than specialized athletes. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You have to wonder sometimes how folks in the stands, so far removed from the action and who have probably never had any training, actually think they can see the play and apply the rules better than the officials assigned to a game. If you're that good, please register immediately at MHSAA.com. We need more officials on the playing surface and fewer in the stands. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Think of a high school game as a 4-lane highway. Coaches, players, officials, and spectators, each with their own lane. Sportsmanship depends on everyone not crossing over the line. Fans keep it between the lines when they cheer positively for their team. So don't cause an accident. Stay in your lane and let the coaches, players, and officials do their jobs. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. The Michigan Power Ratings will be used this year in soccer, basketball, and boys lacrosse to seed the district tournament in those sports, and you can follow along. Visit your school's page on the MHSAA website to see how your team is faring, and you can look at statewide lists as well. And if you see your team is missing a score, submit it. Learn more about the Michigan Power Rankings at MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics. Have we gotten to the point where at some high school game that an official has finally had enough from coaches, players, and adults, pulls off the whistle, and offers it to you? Let's hope not. There's no way you could do a better job. It's on everyone to promote good sportsmanship. So before you blurt something out about that next close call, consider this. Without the officials, nobody wins. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Maybe you've seen the videos of the specialized sports parent support group, or the kid holding a press conference to announce his retirement from sports. The problem is, they'd be really funny if there wasn't a lot of truth there. Multi-sport participation provides a healthier experience and lifestyle for kids and families. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we are coming back from halftime here, it is scoreless between Pioneer and Dexter. Now the teams will switch directions. Pioneer going from right to left. Dexter going from left to right. Bullion continues between the pipes to our right. Over on the left-hand side, I believe that is still Owen Smith. Both keepers have played very, very well thus far. Both teams have had some opportunities. They'll continue down the near sideline. That'll go right out the near sideline. It's Weinman looking to get to it, but couldn't quite get to it early enough. Jones lifts it down that far sideline. Schultz trying to get to it, then went right past Schultz. Pulled back by Dexter the other direction as Zugabe had it. And will be a restart by Zugabe in the near corner. She'll bring that out to the 16. Dexter with the restart. We are 30 seconds into the third. Ball into the midfield area. Jones trying to get to it, now brought ahead down the near wing. That will go out the near sideline. Weinman trying to get to it. That over to Schultz. Schultz down the near sideline into the near corner. Schultz trying to work against Zugabe. Schultz trying to get it past Zugabe. Pokes it away. Zugabe coming the other direction. Whistle. That will be a restart for Dexter. Zugabe moves it into the midfield area. Shiab has it there. Shiab gets it over to Mitchell. Mitchell trying to work her way past midfield. Mitchell coming down the hash marks on the far wing. Mitchell trying to move it ahead. That grabbed is sent the other direction is McGowan. McGowan gets it over to Boardman. Boardman over to Solden. Solden trying to keep it as she uses her body, but that will be a restart. As coming ahead with it is Huffman for Dexter. Sweep hit. Tipped away by Pykart. Gets it over to Rollins. That a whistle. Rollins with the restart for Pioneer with 13:20 left to go here in the third. Rollins looks over to her left. Rollins moves it sharply upfield. Good job trying to poke it away by Scheib. Now Jones trying to pull it over from Dubuque. Jones. That will go back over as Dexter with the restart. Mitchell feeds it directly ahead to Shiab. Shiab trying to work against Piekert. That comes down the near side into the shooting circle, firing it across. Battle there. Shot by Mitchell, comes out to the far wing. Still loose. Another shot. Rollins trying to get in the way of it. And that's going to come out to the 16 for Pioneer. Good defense to stop a good opportunity. 16-yard hit for Pioneer. Rollins will take it. 12:20 left to go here in the third. Rollins moves it sharply over onto the far sideline. That brought ahead by Hayes. Hayes over to Solden. Solden quickly up the far wing. Solden moves it over midfield. Grabbed there by Fink. Fink and Boardman battling on the far sideline. Mitchell trying to pull that back away. Now over to Solden. Solden trying to rocket it ahead. Whistle. Solden with the restart. Solden. That got knocked down over there by Hoffman. A restart by Dexter with 11 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. Still no score. As Ford comes on for Weinman. Ball gathered up, trying to pull that away. Intercepted by Ford. Ford sends it into the shooting circle. It's a good job to kick it out to the end line by Bullion. That is going to be a corner for Dexter as we approach the 11-minute mark here in the third. It's going to be Hoffman to take the corner. So Hoffman gets set to the far side of the goal. 10 minutes, 45 seconds left to go here in the third. Hoffman ready. Whistle. Hoffman gets it over. There's a blast by Click. Click gets it back on the far wing. Jones trying to mark her. Click. That pulled away. Here comes Boardman. Pulled back by Click. Click and Boardman battling on that far sideline. Now Howden trying to poke that away. Click still with it, goes out the far sideline. That'll be Pioneers' ball. Boardman with it on the far sideline. Boardman bringing it ahead on the far wing. Boardman trying to move it out there. That deflected back the other direction. Here comes Dexter looking for a centering opportunity, trying to get to Wetzel. Now Heiss has it. Heiss gets it over to Howden. Howden, and that'll go out the far sideline. Dexter with his. We're under 10 minutes left in this third period. Ball tipped. Moved over. Jones stealing it away. Jones and Scheib in a battle there. Jones quickly gets it back going. Here comes Howden. Howden, sweep hit. That tipped. Coming ahead is Galban. Galban racing down the far wing. Galban looking for a centering attempt. Moves it over. Kicked away by Owen Smith. That went off of Zugabe, and that is going to be a corner for Pioneer. 9 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. So far, Piekert has been taking it. Piekert will take it again, or Piekert will take it again. So Piekert on the far side of the goal, waiting for the whistle. We're under 9 minutes left to go. Scoreless so far here in the third. Piekert gets it. That's McGowan with the shot, deflected out in front and in as Jones puts it in, and that will be the opening goal. As a good shot moved over, Jones in the perfect spot to take advantage of it, and Pioneer up 1-0 on Dexter, trying to get huge points in the SEC.
Pioneer 1, Dexter 0.
Dexter controls, coming up the near wing. Madeline Walsh trying to get to it, moved ahead to Jones. Jones coming up the near sideline. Jones into the offensive zone. Jones continuing to go towards the end line. Jones now trying to work her way towards the center of the field. And pulled away by Dexter as Mitchell will rocket it all the way down the pitch. Now Heiss has it as that went off of Marcinkowski's stick. McGowan trying to move it ahead. That grab by Click. Dexter controlling on the far sideline. Over to Scheib. Scheib trying to get past. Stolen away there by Piekert, but that'll be a restart for Dexter. Now Mitchell with a blast that just goes wide to the far side. Good eyes by Boulian to know where that was going and let it go. That comes out to the 16 for Pioneer. 7 minutes, 40 seconds left to go here in the third. Rollins moves it sharply to the far sideline, trying to move it ahead is Heiss. Now that's Galban with it. Galban will have a restart on the far sideline. Galban moves it sharply down the far sideline. Battle for it right at midfield. That picked up by Mitchell. Mitchell for Dexter. Mitchell gets it moved over to Dubuque. Dubuque right on the near sideline. Dubuque angles it ahead. Now Schuckman trying to provide pressure there. That goes out the near sideline. 7 minutes left to go here in the third. Dubuque will take it for Dexter. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead. Dexter wants the equalizer. Dubuque sends it across. Scheib. And challenged by Jones. Scheib comes away with it, but that's going to be Pioneer with the restart. Moving over onto the near side, trying to punch it ahead to Jones. As that was Piekert. Now moved ahead, stolen away by Zugabe. Zugabe heads towards the center of the field. That ball moved back over. Coming ahead with it is Ford. Piekert trying to knock that away, but that'll be a restart by Dexter. Just outside the shooting circle. Mitchell looking to get to it. Mitchell with the restart. Mitchell working her way around the shooting circle, and she'll feed it down the end line as Solden rockets it back into the midfield area. Zugabe with it there. Good job to poke it away by Howden. That is going to be a restart for Pioneer. Quick restart by Shuckman. Shuckman over midfield. Gets it over to Howden. Howden coming down the near wing. Howden now trying to cut towards the center of the field. She goes down in a... As she comes down, here comes Dexter the other direction. Madeline Welsh had it. Pulled away. Trying to get back over there. Was pulled away by Sutton. Now the ball chipped ahead, bouncing ball, kicked back by Owen Smith. Pulled up and Fink moves it right back into the midfield area. Challenge there as Sutton moves it down the near sideline. Jones keeps it in. Jones into the near corner. Jones trying to work down the end line. Whistle there. Jones and Zugaj got tangled up. Back to Jones after the restart. Jones trying to come down that end line. That out the end line. That is going to be a corner as Jones' hard work earns Pioneer a corner. Picart. Looks like she's going to take the corner. She has taken all of them thus far. 4:35 left to go here in the third. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead. They would love to get the insurance goal. Picart comes over to the far side of the goal. Jones sitting right at the top of the shooting circle. Picart. And over to McGowan. McGowan gets it. Sutton takes a shot. That kicked away. Jones with it, but that's going to hit a knee. And that will be Dexter's ball as they'll get the protective gear on and bring it back out to the 16. 4 minutes left to go in the third. Pioneer up 1-0. As controlling the ball, bringing it ahead is Dubuque. Dubuque challenged on the near sideline. Restart. As Shuckman trying to knock it away, Dubuque. And it'll again be a restart as Weinman moves it back. Dubuque right at midfield. Dubuque trying to move it towards the center of the field. Poked away by Solden. Solden trying to get herself, trying to get around Weinman. That will be a Pioneer restart. Shuckman gets it back now, coming down the near sideline. Here comes Jones. Jones racing ahead with it. Jones trying to feed it in. That will be Dexter's ball with 3:07 left to go. In the third, Zugape feeds it into the midfield area. Trying to get to it was Weinman. Weinman on the restart. She'll move it back over.
Maggie Lamb, number 7, in for the Pioneers.
Now brought ahead. Weinman moves it over. Trying to send it back to Weinman. Picart with the steal. Scheib was trying to send it back. That's going to be Dexter on the restart. As Mitchell trying to get it into the shooting circle. Solden knocks that away. Mitchell with the restart. Now Dubuque taking a whack at it. And that ball is going to come out for Pioneer out to the 16. 2 minutes, 13 seconds left to go here in the third. 1-0 Pioneer with the lead. Sweep hit by Rollins over to Jones. Jones racing up the near side of the pitch. Jones trying to move it sharply ahead over to Lamb. Lamb feeds it, trying to get it to Howden. That knocked away, coming the other direction for Dexter. Lamb trying to poke that away from Fink. But Mitchell with the restart feeds it all the way down the far wing. Here comes Click, Click. And to move it over, Weinman. Rollins steals that pass away. Rollins on the near wing. Rollins. She's dispossessed by Mitchell. Mitchell coming down the center of the field into the shooting circle. Mitchell takes a shot. Good job to get out and knock it away over there by Bullion. That ball will come out to the 25 as Dexter will get started there. 1 minute, 13 seconds left to go. Mitchell down the far wing. Solden with a big-time challenge. That'll be a restart. Pioneer's ball as Picart has it. 1 minute left to go in the third. Pioneer with a 1-0 lead. Picart Right down onto the far sideline. Trying to bring it ahead. They'll go out the far sideline. Pioneer on the restart. Hayes has it there. Hayes trying to move it over to McGowan. That skips out the far sideline. 35 seconds left to go in the third. Dexter with the sweep hit, trying to move it over now. Racing ahead with it is Dubuque. Dubuque trying to get into the shooting circle. Dubuque comes over to the near side. Shot there. Side of the net. That ball will come out to the 16 for Pioneer. 14 seconds left to go here in the third. Pioneer up 1-0. Rollins taking her time. 6 seconds left to go. Rollins moves it all the way over to Hayes. Hayes on that far sideline, trying to lift it ahead, and that will do it for the third.
That's the end of the third.
We head into the fourth. Let's play a few messages from the MHSAA, and we will be back with the final stanza.
Where can you find good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Check out the health and safety page of the MHSAA website. Learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as insurance benefits available for our students. It's all on the health and safety page of MHSAA.com. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You're hearing it. The message is getting through to parents. Multi-sport athletes get injured less. Multi-sport athletes become better in their primary sport in the long run. And even though it's not why we play our games, multi-sport athletes are now getting recruited more than specialized athletes. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. Learn more at the MHSAA website. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
You have to wonder sometimes how folks in the stands, so far removed from the action and who have probably never had any training, actually think they can see the play and apply the rules better than the officials assigned to a game. If you're that good, please register immediately at MHSAA.com. We need more officials on the playing surface and fewer in the stands. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Think of a high school game as a 4-lane highway. Coaches, players, officials, and spectators, each with their own lane. Sportsmanship depends on everyone not crossing over the line. Fans keep it between the lines when they cheer positively for their team. So don't cause an accident. Stay in your lane and let the coaches, players, and officials do their jobs. A message from the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
As we head into the fourth, it is Pioneer 1 and Dexter nothing. Pioneer would love to get an insurance goal to get a little bit of a buffer. Dexter wants to get this game tied and see what can happen there. At least according to the SECstandings.com, again, Pioneer and Chelsea tied with 4 up at the top. Then Skyline and Dexter tied at 2. So these big points right here. Pioneer trying to keep on the top, but Dexter has some other ideas. Bullion runs down to our right. Bullion continues to play. She's wearing that orange. You can tell how much time I spend at a hockey rink. To me, it looks like Little Caesars orange from the hockey team, but that's just where I spend a lot of my time. Moved ahead, taken away by Picart. Picart moves it over to Hayes. Hayes sends it up the far sideline, and that will go out. Hoffman has it right at midfield. Hoffman lifts it high up in the air. That will be a Pioneer restart. Over to Picart. Picart all the way over to Jones. Jones brings it up the near wing. Jones racing ahead with it. Jones blasted into the near corner, grabbing it there. Good job by Boardman to try and come across. Boardman trying to poke that away, and that will be That's going to be a corner for Pioneer.
Corner for Ann Arbor.
So Picard is going to take the corner.
Inbounding.
Just under 14 minutes left to go here in the fourth. And Jones at the top of the shooting circle. Sutton to her left. Schultz to her right. Picard gets it over to Sutton. Sutton blasted and looking for a tip from Boardman over there. And that one got all the way through out the end line. That will come out to the 16 for a 16-yard hit for Dexter. 13:25 left to go here in the fourth. Pioneer with the 1-goal lead. They'll have the ball right in front of the Dexter bench. That over to Picard. Picard trying to avoid getting that ball stolen by Weinman. Knocked away by Mitchell. Mitchell with the restart for Dexter. Now Mitchell will leave it. And that's going to be Fink on the restart for Dexter. Over onto the near wing. Zugabe trying to move it over to Dubuque. Stolen away by Jones. Jones right down the end line. Jones trying to move it over. That goes out the end line, out to the 16 yards for a 16-yard hit for Dexter. 12:40 left to go here in the fourth. Zugabe all the way down onto the far sideline. That brought ahead. Moved by Mitchell over to Weinman. Knocked away by Hayes. Hayes trying to move it down that far sideline. Hoffman has it set about 10 yards inside of midfield onto her own side. She lifts that ahead. Trying to get it over to Weinman. Weinman over to Scheib. Scheib into the offensive zone. Scheib takes a shot. That goes just wide to the near side again. Great eye. Although it was also hit from outside the shooting circle, so even if it had gone in, that would not have counted as a goal. Out to the 16 for Rollins. Rollins sharply gets it over to Hayes. Hayes trying to work away from Wetzel. Now McGowan, that's taken away as Click has it on that far sideline into the far corner. Here comes Wetzel. Wetzel trying to move it across. That got caught in the feet.
That's the corner.
That is going to be a corner for Dexter here with 11:30 left to go. Pioneer players will get set. Bullion stretching out.
Aiden Weinman will have the ball.
So Weinman will take it on the far side of the goal. Get ready to put this in play. 11 minutes left to go here in the fourth. Weinman. Grabbed by, and then sent out just to the far side as Click had it. Took a shot, didn't miss by much, a few millimeters, but that out the end line. And it's going to come back out to the 25 for Dexter. Zugabe has it. Zugabe fires it right to the edge of the shooting circle as Scheib had it. Now Rollins trying to poke that away. That will be a Pioneer restart with 10:30 left to go. Pioneer up by a goal. Rollins has it at the 16. Rollins. Looks like she's going to move it over to Hayes. Hayes has it on that far sideline. Hayes trying to get away from Wetzel. Moved ahead. Click trying to get to it. That out the far sideline. That is going to be a restart for Hoffman. Hoffman on the far sideline for Dexter. Trying to move it. That intercepted. Coming the other direction. Hayes gets it over to Galbon. Galbon back to Hayes. Hayes in her own defensive zone. Trying to poke that away. That ball over. McGowan trying to pull that back. That's going to come out to the 16 for Pioneer. 9 minutes, 45 seconds left to go. Rollins lifts it ahead. That ball just into the midfield area, but moved ahead by Click for Dexter. Hayes trying to pull that away, but a whistle. Pioneer on the restart. Hayes has it just about 5 yards inside the far sideline. Lifted up. Trying to tip it ahead over there was Howden. Galbon. Dexter with the restart on the far sideline. Huffman trying to get herself around Lamb. Both Lamb and Boardman providing pressure on Huffman. Huffman lifts it ahead. That over to Scheib. Scheib coming down the center of the field. Scheib gets it over now. Dubuque with it. Dubuque poked away by Jones. That coming over. Galbon has it, but that's going to be a restart by Dubuque. Dubuque just inside of the shooting circle trying to move it away. And off the side of the goal. That ball comes out to the 25. Dexter will restart there with 8:30 left to go. Whistle, and that is going to be a Dexter corner. Again, Weinman over to take it on the far side of the goal. So she'll get this going. All the Pioneer players who need to have the protective gear on. They're in the goal. Weinman over to Mitchell. Mitchell with the blast from the top of the shooting circle. Good job to knock it away back over there by Sutton. That is going to be another corner, it looks like. Did not catch what the motion was. Almost looked like a moving pick there, but Weinman now has it ready again for this next corner for Dexter. Weinman sends it to Mitchell. Mitchell over to Zugabe. Trying to knock it away is Jones. Jones battling. Now that ball sent, poked away. Reaching to grab it underneath there. Rollins trying to feed it out of there. Rollins comes over to the near side. And that's going to be another Dexter corner. Didn't see what happened. She might have touched it with the wrong side of the stick. Weinman has it, ready to put it in play again. On the insert, Weinman. Over, knocked down, loose. Rollins out in front. That ball pulled away. Diving, knocked down, still loose. Fired all the way over into the far sideline. Grabbed there by Boardman. Boardman trying to move it ahead. Trying to launch it down the field was McGowan. That'll be a restart for Pioneer. A huge defensive play on a trio of corners by Dexter. Pioneer keeps the 1-0 lead. Sent right back out the far sideline. 6 minutes left to go. As Hayes will have it on that far sideline. Hayes moves it sharply down the far sideline. Howden back over trying to get to it. That will be a restart for Howden. Howden moves it all the way ahead. Intercepted by Dexter in their own defensive zone. Over to Dubuque. Dubuque trying to get around Jones. Dubuque gets it over to Scheib. Scheib over midfield down this near wing. Scheib has that poked away. Trying to get it back. That's going to be a restart for Pioneer. Chipped ahead back over there by Pikart. Now Schultz trying to move it over. Pikart has it. Pikart back in the midfield area. Now gets it all the way down onto the far wing. Gathered up by McGowan. McGowan into the offensive zone. Now back the other direction. It's Click. Click for Dexter. Has it. Click. Feeds it right over midfield. That ball gathered up by Ford. Ford trying to move it. Rollins takes that ball away. Rollins, under 5 minutes left to go. Pioneer by a goal. Dexter trying to get the game tied up. That ball goes out the near sideline. 4:45 left to go here in the fourth. 1-0. Pioneer with the lead. Sutton rockets it, blasted forward. Now Solden trying to get to it, and that didn't have quite everything on it. Mitchell heads the other direction, but that ball will be a Pioneer restart. Jones on this near sideline. 4 minutes, 15 seconds left to go. Jones lifts it high. Schultz races back. Schultz trying to get it centered over. Schultz on the near sideline with it. Schultz into the near corner and along the end line. Schultz trying to move that over. That goes out the end line. And it's going to come out to the 16 for Dexter for a 16-yard hit. We're under 4 minutes left to go. Sense of urgency by Dexter as Click brings it down that far sideline. Click over midfield. Click. Now gets it back. It's Mitchell trying to move it ahead. Back over to Click. Into the far corner with it. Marcinkowski trying to center it up. Rollins knocks it away. Restart by Dexter with 3:15 left to go. Click coming down the end line. Click. That's going to be a corner for Dexter with 3:05 left to go. So Pioneers defense, again, put on the spot. They need a big save here to keep the 1-0 lead with 2:50 left to go. Weinman again ready to put this ball in play from the far side of the goal. Weinman over to Mitchell, top of the shooting circle. Mitchell with the shot. Rollins takes it away. Rollins down the far wing. Rollins sends it sharply down the far wing. Here comes Howden. Howden moves it over midfield. That's going to be a Pioneer restart. 2 minutes and 23 seconds left to go. Substitution is coming in for Dexter was St. Amour. 2 minutes left to go. Dexter with the restart as Zugabe feeds it, and that goes out the end line. And it's going to be Pioneers' ball with 1 minute 50 seconds left to go. Pioneer will bring it out to the 16 for a 16-yard hit. Pioneer would love to, they'll bring it back out where it occurred. They'll restart. Move back over to Rollins. Rollins trying to move it ahead to Jones. That's swept over, but now here comes Howden. Howden trying to turn on it. Zugabe steals that ball away. Zugabe coming down the far sideline. Boardman challenges her. Now Howden on the other side. Zugabe puts it into the far corner. Grabbed there, pulled away by Pioneer. That'll go out the end line, or out the far sideline. 1 minute, 5 seconds left to go. That ball sent right to midfield. Played down there is Fink trying to get the ball going for Dexter. 50 seconds left to go. Here comes Hoffman on the near sideline. Hoffman, and that comes off strange off of the end of her stick. 39 seconds left. Pioneer ball on the Dexter side of midfield. Jones has it. Pioneer would love to just possess this ball for the next 30 seconds. Jones brings it ahead. Jones, a trio of Pioneer players on top of her. Jones. And that goes out the near sideline. 20 seconds left to go. Jones on the restart. Jones battling a pair of Dexter players. That goes out. And will again, with 9 seconds left to go, Pioneer ball. Jones. Try and keep that. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. Pioneer with a huge 1-0 win over Dexter. As they gather up, they'll be on the road for a pair of games on Friday and Monday, then come back the next Friday. So keep on mind, our next Pioneer broadcast will be Pioneer versus Huron football here at 7 o'clock on Friday. We'll have that for you. Big win by Pioneer. Thank you for cheering for either of these two teams. We appreciate it. For my cameraman, James Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. Have a fantastic rest of the evening. Enjoy the Lions game tonight if you're watching. And have a great rest of your week. Take care, everyone.